Hi there. Welcome to One Writer's World. My name is Les Cowan and I write the David Hidalgo crime thriller series. And since the Crime Writers Association, of which I'm a member, can't be out and about meeting readers, it's been suggested that this year we might invite you into our space where we write, where we work, and where we produce stories that we hope you will enjoy. So I live and work in Orkney, island group off the north coast of Scotland. I've lived here for about 30 years, with the exception of 10 years when my wife and I decided to have adventures. And we started off with a year in New Zealand, then 2 years in Madrid, and 5 years in Galicia in the north of Spain. And that Spanish time was very important in the genesis of David Hidalgo. David is Anglo-Spanish. He spent most of his life in the Madrid area, but owing to a personal tragedy arising out of his work as an evangelical pastor, working in drug and alcohol rehab in particular, he finds himself hurled back to his childhood home in Edinburgh to try and put his life back together again. And with a bit of help from girlfriend, love interest, Dr. Gillian Lockhart, he's able to do that. So David is not a crime professional in the formal sense. He's not an investigator of any sort, but he is a professional in relation to right and wrong, good and bad, what's fair, what's just, what needs to be put right in this awful, muddled world in which we live. And for that reason he gets involved in a variety of adventures which form the basis of the books, starting with Benefit of the Doubt, then All That Glitters. The third book out last October was Sins of the Fathers, and book 4 I've just finished editing. Blood Brothers will come out in October this year. 4 and 5 and 6 are with the publishers just now, and I'm beginning to formulate some ideas for book 7, which might be called The Way of All Flesh, and be an adventure set on the Camino pilgrim route in northern Spain. So that's what's going on with David Hidalgo, and this is where I write. But it's not where the majority of the stories have been written, and for that I have to take you on a little bit of a journey. And first of all, this is a younger me on holiday in Rhodes with the family, but people didn't seem to want to get started until about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'd been up kicking my heels for 2 hours by that time. I thought, what can I do usefully in the time? And so that was where a lot of book 1 got written. Stromness Library. Stromness is the second town of Orkney, and book 2 was written there, but 3, 4 and 5 were written here in Ribadeo, a town in northern Spain where we lived. And this is the good ship Blythe Spirit, our small yacht that we took out from Britain, sailed from Orkney all the way to Spain, and I worked in the cabin of our Westerly Griffin yacht, and it was a fabulous place to work. It had comfy seats, beds for a nap, a cooker for a cup of tea, a few bottles of wine stashed somewhere, and on a nice day I could sit out in the cockpit and watch the world go by and just get a little bit more energy for next chapter. But here I am now, living and working back in Orkney. So, lockdown, what has been going on for me? Well, it's a difficult time for us all. One of the things that I've been doing, as well as writing and work on different stages of the different books, is trying to do something I've never managed before, and that's learning how to bake. Baking has been great alternative. It's a very practical thing, and it gives you, a bit like writing, gives you a nice result at the end of the day. We hope so anyway. And so baking and sharing the results of that with the neighbours on either side, and trying to build a bit of community there as well. And of course reading. So here's a couple of things that have been in my reading pile recently. Ian Rankin, of course, fellow Scot. This is Resurrection Men from a few years ago. A different type of rebus story where he finds himself in rehab, where the line between the good guys and the bad guys has become rather blurred. And also, not a novel, but a book about all the novels you might ever want to read it in the crime thriller genre. Barry Forshaw's Crime Fiction, A Reader's Guide. Good stuff. So I hope you're well, staying safe, keeping positive, and I hope by next year Crime Writers Association members will be able to be out and about and meet you face to face rather than just inviting you into our world. So I hope your world is safe, healthy, positive and productive. Bye just now.